Hey Leo, welcome to your May 2023 mid-month reading here. And as always, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight in and see what's going on with y'all for the rest of the month. So let's see. Let's take a look here. In this first row, of course, we're going to take a look at your career. I'm hearing finally. There's been some moments here, Leo, to where you're wondering like when things are going to pay off for you, whether things are even worth it. And I feel like you're getting your answers if you haven't gotten your answers yet. And I'll talk about this a little bit more, but let's take a look at your relationships here. Interesting. Reliability and stability are the words that are coming out. And I think that's what you're really looking for, Leo, in regards to relationships. When I read this row, I'm not just talking about romantic. I'm talking about all relationships. And if romantic cards come out, or if it shows indications of more than, if it shows indications of partnership, whatever the case might be, then I'll address that. I'll say it. But as of right now, I need more. We're going to clarify. We'll have to see. But yeah, reliability and stability here. A lot of you are starting to really look at, okay, who can I rely upon? Who's stable? Who's worth investing my time and energy into? And where have I been misusing my energy, or where have I been giving energy to partnerships and relationships that, are a waste of time, basically? Because I feel like you're in a good spot, though, when it comes to your relationships here, Leo. And I think you're really starting to take stock of things. I don't really see you in I don't see you in a bad position here. I think you're just looking at how can I improve my relationships? How can I make better relationships? How can I improve my current ones? I think you're realizing it all comes down and boils down to you, with the magician being in the heart of the spread. Even in this whole reading, a lot of you, it's like you're understanding that everything is in your hands. And if you want to make the changes, or at least the message that's coming out here, if you want to make the changes, if you want to manifest newer things, or whatever the case might be, it's about how you do it, basically. Let's see here. Let's keep going. We'll come back to that row here as well. I do feel like, though, you could be developing a particular connection here that is very beneficial for you. The message from your higher self, this last row. Interesting. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right now. My fucking nosy neighbors. Okay. Interesting. You do have this 12th house escape card here, Leo. And for some of you, you've been needing some time out to reflect. And it's almost as if some of you may not have listened, and it's to the point to where the universe kind of puts you in a metaphorical time out. And I think it was needed, though. I think it's quite needed, because it's showing you where in your life things need to be improved and what needs to be let go of, what's really important, what's not important here. And I do feel like you're going through a really, really big spiritual transformation. This card is right beside the star card. You can even say the star card sort of relates to the 12th house, although it's more the 11th house. But I think it's the reason why I say that's because the star card is really like rejuvenation, right? Newfound inspiration that comes through, and having a really strong spiritual reason why that sort of lights up your world, right? That sort of gives you direction, gives you faith, gives you hope. And the Six of Pentacles is also a card of philanthropy, right? So when it comes to your career, I feel like a lot of you guys are really starting to understand, not even understand. It's just I feel like you're just in a very selfless place, which is in turn giving you everything you want, everything you need, right? Because if we come from a selfish place, people can pick that up, people can sense that, and ultimately it leads to poverty. spiritual poverty, if any, at the least. So I feel like a lot of your work is paying off here. And I think if you can keep coming from that place of selflessness, of doing things for the greater good, right? The star card talks about the collective whole. It's the archetype of Aquarius, of the collective whole for the collective good. I think it's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of miracles happening here. There's a lot of things, opportunities coming your way here in the month of May or for the rest of May. Just things really starting to fall into place. Aries kind of got a similar energy, but a little bit different here. But in your relationships, the Seven of Pentacles, or Magician, Four of Pentacles here. Really, I would say, honestly, Leo, I think there's going to be progress here in your relationships, and it's really about, like, everything is in your hands. Like, you're the one that's manifesting everything, right? So if things are falling apart in your relationships, it may be wanting you to take a look at your, like, what's going on within you, or what is it that make, like, what are you doing that's possibly sabotaging things or making things go wrong or go left or go right, whatever the case might be. And so I think the universe is wanting you to take things into your own hands and realize, like, everything falls upon you here. Now I understand that, things happen, but your reality is a mirror, right, of what's going on internally. So we're going to have to clarify that and get more on that, though. But the message here from your higher self, which I feel is very important, is that I think your higher self is wanting you to continue upon your journey here. And it's interesting. It's like, I think here that the universe is, like, wanting you to find newer ways or to do things here that the word that I'm getting here mainly, Leo, is selflessness, right? I'm not calling you selfish. It's like just coming from a place of, like, doing things for the greater good, right? We're human. We can all fall into our low vibrational energies of selfishness, greed, whatever the case might be. Like, we're human. We have a fallen nature, all right? But it's important to identify that and understand that when it happens. But I do feel like your higher self is proud of you, wanting you to keep going. And, as long as you do that, I feel like you'll continue to be very successful. You have this galactic healer, move forward with an open mind. Now, some of you may be healers here, right? Some of you could be in the healing field, Leo, right? You don't just have to be into, like, spirituality. You could be anything, right? And I think that's something to keep in the forefront of your mind here, is, like, that you have influence. I think you're very wise. I think you have strong influence here, Leo. And so I think it's important to use it for good. But you got a mission in life, and the star card is about having a mission. It's the North Star, right? The powerful North Star, the reason why you do things, right? And so I think this is all about you pursuing your mission here. And look, you have Solitude too. These cards are very much the same. Solitude in the 12th house. It's the same energy. Some of you, your moon could be in the 12th, right? And I think the universe has been saying to you, like, you may need some solitude to really, like, there's things going on in your world that need to change, that need to be looked at more deeply, and like things that need to be let go of. And also kind of like a need to not be so rigid, right? I think one thing with the 12th house, what the 12th house can teach us is to surrender. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to micromanage everything. Surrender. What wants to leave your life is going to leave your life. You have no control over it. What wants to come in your life is coming in your life. But it's about surrendering and allowing and understanding that the universal mind, right? Understanding that, God is the one who's in control. The universe is in control, whatever you believe in, and allow God to work through you, or the universe to work through you. So, and you also have this Bear card, and we're going to clarify here in a moment, but there's just a lot coming out here. You have strength, resourcefulness, and you have this Bear card. So you need to protect, what you're working for. Work hard. It's not anything to be afraid of, or it's not any type of threat or anything like that. It's just like saying, like, hey, if you believe in something, then there's a means then it means you need to take care of it, and it means you need to, be smart with your actions, be resourceful, be proud of yourself, have pride, right? Leos don't got a problem with pride. Leos ain't got a problem with pride. I'm a Leo, I know. Shit, I think pride's our downfall, huh, Leo? It's hard being the sun. Everything revolves around us anyways, right, Leo? Everything revolves around us. I mean, it technically does. Right? Leos get that all the time. God, you just think the whole world revolves around you. That's because it does. Think about it. The sun sits at the center of the solar system and is the central anchor for all the planets. Right? And illuminates all the planets with life. All right. Tower star card. Yeah, you're rebuilding. A lot of changes going on. There's even things that have been out of your control. And I feel like the more you can surrender and allow, it's like the easier and the faster new blessings coming to your life. And now you're starting to see what's really going on and like why things are happening or why they happened, right? But it's leading to great things, leading to more blessings with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like the right things are coming into your life, and I also feel like the wrong things are leaving your life. Three of Cups here. I see you really involved in your community. I see this being becoming like, I just see you becoming more prosperous. And when I say prosperous and prosperity, I'm not just talking about wealth, right? I think words are like the biggest, because everybody like sees words differently, right? Everybody hears words differently. Everybody understands words differently. Yes, they can all have a similar meaning, but we can all have, it can mean differently to a person, right? But prosperous, what I mean by that is like you're becoming more abundant in your life, inner joy, inner stability, inner comfort, inner pleasure. And that's also happening externally as well. So if some of you have made recent changes here, I actually feel like you're going to like those changes, Leo. You may have been afraid to do them before, but I feel like you like them now, or you will like them. Yeah. I think it just makes your life easier. So if you've been wanting to make changes, Leo, in regards to how you're doing your work and your career, and even wanting to be more involved, or even wanting to just do things slightly different, I think it's going to pay off tremendously. I think it's really going to take a lot of weight off your shoulders. But I think it's very important for you to follow like what you truly love, and everything that you do it from a place of heart virtue. And that should be very easy because Leos, we rule the heart. So you have the Queen of Cups here on the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, somebody's falling in love. I see some of y'all falling in love. I'm falling more deeper into love if you're with a person. For some of you, I feel like you could be meeting a person here. I think you know this person. I don't really feel like this is like a totally new person, although it could be. But I there's a relationship that's developing, or there's a relationship that's going to develop. King of Swords with the Magician here. I get that you're ready for this, and for the ones of your inner partnership, if you're in a relationship here, I think it's very important for you to put in the work and the effort. Like, I'm not saying that you're not putting in the work and the effort, but it's like, sometimes we can become complacent in our relationships, right? And that usually is how they end. So I think it's important to, just show up your best self, You have the World card and the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah, there's something here coming together. Your partnerships and your relationships really good. For some of you, you're realizing here that less is more when it comes to relationships. Sometimes having too many relationships is just too many people to deal with, too many egos, people around you for the wrong reasons. But it's like once you become very selective, right? Then it's like you realize less is more. So some of you I see meeting a Gemini If it's love, I see it's a Gemini, air sign, water sign. It could be any sign. Um, yeah, also getting this message here as well in your relationships, Leo. I feel like it's important to tell the truth. Like, I feel like it's important to like communicate what's on your mind. Be honest, be truthful. And I kind of feel like that will, if you kind of have like a kind of a distrust in people, like sometimes we really have to like look at ourselves. We could just be, maybe we're not being totally honest with ourselves and with people, right? So it's like one of those things to look at and slightly adjust. I feel like if you're like somebody who like, questions people or like doesn't trust people, like it's something really that's going on with inside you, right? And so I feel like once you address that, it's like those worries fall to the wayside and you don't have to deal with those issues. Hierophant, Six of Wands. I know I just pissed some of y'all off, but it's the hard truth. People just can't. People just can't accept it. They just can't look inside their inner world because they're perfect. They just act so damn perfect, like they can do no wrong. That's what's wrong with the world today. The collective unconscious or consciousness, or you can even say the unconscious. The shadow of the collective is the main thing is shame, the root of it. The Hierophant, Six of Wands, is the message here from your higher self. I feel like your higher self is wanting you to spiritually develop here, like by deepening your faith, finding the right values to live by, finding the right virtues to abide by, and having a very strong code of ethics. Because I feel like if you can do that, I feel like your higher self is like, by you tapping into that energy, it's like strong faith and belief. I feel will not make you successful and then like in the material, but like in the spiritual as well. Seven of Swords again, ain't that interesting? Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords here. Let your creativity flow out as well. It's like you have this very creative self-expression. I mean, Leos, that's what we roll, self-expression, creative self-expression. And some of you may think a little bit too much about, well, how are they going to perceive it? How is this person going to perceive it? And like, the right people will vibe with it and others won't. You know what I mean? And you can't please everybody. So I feel like your higher self is like wanting you to be more, like channel your higher self more, channel that creativity, those inspirations that you get, right? Follow them. So that's what I got for you, Leo. I appreciate y'all. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link's down below in the description. This video resonated with you, be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, Lee.